The recent situation between Caitlin Clark and the WNBA on social media is truly bizarre and funny, especially if you're someone who enjoys observing the odd dynamics within sports media. Here's the breakdown. A few days ago, the WNBA tweeted out a post about Caitlin Clark, but they messed up her stats. Specifically, they got the number of assists wrong. This is especially strange because the WNBA had just wrapped up Assist Week, which was meant to highlight players like Chelsea Gray, despite her never having led the WNBA in assists during a season. So, in the middle of celebrating assists, the league fumbles Caitlin Clark's stats, which is just a massive oversight. Instead of correcting the mistake, the WNBA decided to delete the entire post, which only made the situation worse. It became a weird moment where fans and the basketball community noticed the league's mishandling of the situation. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has been setting multiple records, including being the all-time leader in assists in the WNBA and breaking several other assist-related milestones. Yet, the WNBA post didn't mention a lot of her other achievements, leaving out the fact that she also holds the record for the most assists in a single game and in a half. In a move that stood out, the Indiana Fever's social media team, perhaps a bit more savvy or willing to take the risk, responded by posting a much more thorough list of Clark's accomplishments. They highlighted her as the WNBA's assist leader for the season and pointed out all the records she's set, something the league itself failed to do. The Fever's post showed up the WNBA's botched attempt at celebrating Clark, but it also underlined a larger issue: the league's inconsistent and sometimes hostile handling of its own players. It's funny to see individual teams stepping in to defend their players when the league fails to do so, and it points to a bigger problem of mismanagement at the top. Some people might see this as a conspiracy against Caitlin Clark, but I think it's just a case of poor management. Whoever runs the WNBA's social media seems to have a personal issue with Clark, and that's a bad look, especially when it's coming from the league itself. It's good, though, to see teams like Indiana Fever stepping up and calling out these mistakes. Ultimately, this saga highlights how disorganized the WNBA's media presence is and how individual teams are taking matters into their own hands to defend their players. At the end of the day, the WNBA could learn a lot from how these teams are publicly handling the situation. What do you think? Are you surprised by this? Do you think it's a sign of deeper issues within the WNBA?